Okay, it is my true honor to bring back again Justine. She hasn't been here for a couple of years, and we have so missed her. How many of you remember her from when she was here for, yes, see, her family.
Thank you.
Yes, like I said, we are all family, and she has been gone for a couple of years, and we have so missed her, and so we're so glad. I'm telling you, Justine, that every year, like, is she going to be back? Is she going to be back? Come on, please, bring her back. Please bring her back. And so this year, yes, she was able to come back, and we're so glad. And she may share with you more her circumstances and everything. That's up to her. So those of you that do not know Justine, she's been with us. Gosh, she's been with us for a long time.
2005.
Yes. 2005, she came on board. So 11 years. 11 years. I mean, yes, we love Justine. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. And Justine is a master tarot reader. And I know her story is just, she was not satisfied with what was out there, and so she kind of created her own way of doing things and her own readings and how she interpreted the cards. So that's where the rebirth of the oracle came from. But what's astounding is the way she does it, and she'll do that as part of her talk today, is she will actually go out and she'll read you. Ooh. And then I know she has a little bit different thing that she does also, but that's the fun part. It's really cool what she does. And anyway, she's just wonderful.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, I don't want to take any more from her, but Justine Alessi.
Thank you. You come down and I'll go up, missing that. Okay. Hi, I'm so glad to be back. I've been gone 2 years because my beloved husband of 46 years was very sick, passed away last May. So I decided that a good thing for me to do would be to come out and get out there again. So I'm out here. Thank you. So, tarot cards were something that was introduced to me by accident. I was a librarian most of my life, and one day there was a young man who came in the library and threw a deck of tarot cards on my desk. And he said, "You can do these." I didn't even know what they were. And I looked at them, and for some reason, I understood them. I got them. Several people have told me past lives, and I love them. And I have a kind of an attention span issue, and I love doing tarot because I book my appointments, and every half hour or whatever I book is different. I'm talking to different people and doing different things, and I love it. I just love it. And this month marks 29 years that I have been a reader. And I have a wonderful following all over the United States and South America. And I did quite a bit of traveling in the beginning, but when Bob got sick and the circumstances of my life, I was unable to do that, but now I'm back. So I thought I would love to come here and see you guys because I know many of you, and I enjoy this group. When I started to do tarot, I was more, I was more inclined to want to be specific. And so I've remained that. I'm very specific in my readings, and I'm very blunt. It is what it is, it says what it says, and I don't try to soften the blow other than by telling you that you can change anything. The strongest force in the universe is free will. And if your cards are showing a negativity, and you keep doing that, well, that's you. But you can change that. And the cards not only will say you can change it, but will tell you how to change it. And a lot of times, people ask me about the death card and things like that. Well, let me explain that. The death card has never meant physical death, ever. What the death card is a major transformation in your life. For most people, their first death card is graduating from high school. Because, as we all know, that's 12, 13 years of living at your mom and dad's and going to school and everything. But then comes that graduation, and then comes transformation. You're going to either go into college or the workforce or the military or get a job, but you are no longer in the same routine. The last death card is generally retirement, because at retirement, even though you do different things, you're not going to change so much of your life plan. You're going to kind of know where you're headed. In between that is marriage or divorce, children, moving across the country, changing careers. If you won the Mega Millions lottery, it would be a death card. So nobody hardly ever gets that. So actually, I'll be honest with you, I've probably done 100,000 card readings. I've seen it 4 times. And all 4 of those people have won 100,000 or more, but only 4 times. But I can tell you, on the little gypsy side of it, when is a good time to go to the casino. But so I'll let you know if it's in your cards. So I don't know, I'll let you know. And then the other card that scares people is the devil, because a lot of people say, well, the devil, that's evil. Well, the devil in the tarot is not Satan. If you look real closely at the picture, it's people are chained to the devil, and the chains are real loose and can be lifted. What the devil is what we do to ourselves to prevent our own growth. For most of us, the card represents anxiety and fear. Anxiety and fear holds more people back than all physical problems combined. Greed, anger, envy, guilt, doubt, grief, obsessive relationships, the need to abuse drugs and alcohol, those are all devil cards. They're not evil, they're human. I see them every single day. One thing I do notice, though, is that the older people get, the less they seem to have them. And I think it's live and learn. Or you just get, like, where you're not so worried about it. You know what I mean? But I'll be honest with you, neither of those cards should frighten anybody. And if you ever go to a reader who tells you you're going to die or someone's going to die, get up, walk out, do not pay her, and because she'll hold on to your money energy, walk away, because she is not God. She does not know who's going to die. I can see illness in my cards. I've seen it hundreds and hundreds of times. But I don't say, oh God, you have cancer. I don't do that. I've told one of my stories, all the stories I tell, the people know I tell them, because I don't repeat anything I hear in a reading unless I have permission. And one was from a woman who was a food service person at a nursing home. And I said to her, when's the last time you've seen your gynecologist? And she said, when her son was born. And I said, well, how old's your son? And she said, 20. Well, I saw the card that represents a serious illness. And it was female. Every part of the body is covered in the tarot. And so I said, well, I'd like you to make an appointment with him. So she'd been coming to me for quite some time. And so she said it kind of frightened her. So she made an appointment. A couple weeks later, I came home from wherever I was, and I hit my answering machine, and it was her. And she said, well, if you weren't always right, she said, I wouldn't be sitting here with a hysterectomy. She had cervical cancer. So she's fine, she overcame it. But I do see things like that. And I do see a lot of times people with lead-ins to heart disease, high blood pressure, cholesterol, smoking. Smoking I see a lot. And people who smoke tend to have the 3 of Swords. But that doesn't mean you're going to have a heart attack. It just means that you're doing something that leads into heart disease. That's all. There are cards for every part of the body. Into my age group, the baby boomers, I see a lot of pain cards. Feet, ankles, hips, shoulders, The younger kids, I don't see so much. And the girls and guys in their 20s, nothing. And what I figure is that by the time these kids ever get to the baby boomer age, there'll be cures for those diseases. So I don't focus too much on that. But if I tell you, go see a stomach doctor, go. And it doesn't mean you have stomach cancer. Don't think that. It just means that there's something that needs attended to. Money is a big question in the tarot. The top 3 questions in the tarot you'll never believe. Number 1, will I ever find love? Number 2, will I ever have money? Wait till number 3, will I ever lose weight? Top 3. Funny, isn't it? What's interesting is I have cards for all of those, and I can go down to the point when I can tell you when you will meet that great love if you don't already have him. I can tell you what he's like or she's like, and I can tell you how you're going to meet him. And that's how specific the cards are. Sometimes it doesn't show any great love, but that doesn't mean you should give up. What it means is you have to change your direction. And sometimes the biggest thing I see, especially among women, they never go anywhere. They're home all the time. I said, what do you think he's going to do, knock on the door? I said, you've got to get out there. So I send people out into the world. I say, join a club, take an art class, do something. And this is especially older women, women, I say over 50 or so. And they do it, and inevitably, they meet somebody if that person's there. But a lot of times what will happen is the person will be there but be upside down, and that means he's there, but you're not seeing him. Well, if you're going to stay in your house and watch TV all night, you're not going to meet anybody. The lose weight card, 9 of Cups, I don't see it too often, but I see it on occasion. And I can actually tell you, okay, yes, you have a weight loss card, but why don't you wait until Gemini, which is May 20th to June 20th, to start your plan, because that's when you'll be the most successful. The Wheel of Fortune, which, of course, in the Gypsy card reading world is you're going to win the lottery or you're going to win in the casino, rather means that the gods of fortune are in your favor. And that would be a good time for any undertaking, whether it's going to be a new business or whatever it's going to be. And a lot of times people come to me with insecurity, with, well, I really want to do this, but I'm afraid I can't. And I'll be very honest with you. I'll tell you if you can or you can't. But if you can't, there's always something you can do to change it. Where I go into my next phase of this little talk, and that's affirmation techniques. There's a book from 1963 called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, written by Dr. Joseph Murphy. That book changed my life. I picked it up at a yard sale 30 years ago for $0.25, and I was a librarian at the time. And I read it, and I was just so inspired by it. And it tells you how to use positive thinking, a positive statement, reasonable, in the present tense, and to write it down and to use it to change what you don't like in your life or to achieve what you want to achieve. Well, I didn't know what I wanted to achieve, but I wrote down that I had a business that earned, at the time, 30 years ago, I think I might have been making, I don't know, I was a head librarian, maybe $8 an hour, who knows. But anyway, I said I had a job where I had my own business, where I could work out of my home, because my daughter has been chronically ill since she was 14, and she's now 44. And I wanted to be able to stay home and be with her when she'd come in and out of the hospital and everything, and that I made more than whatever I was making at the library. So the kid, did I say this already? Did I tell you about the kid throwing the cards on my desk? Okay, I told you that. Well, he put the cards on my desk, and a couple of people saw them, and I learned how to lay them out from a friend, and then all of a sudden, the whole world wanted their cards read. And I wasn't charging or anything. Well, then these 2 policemen, I live in a village, And these two policemen, one was the chief of police and one was like a cop, just a regular cop. They heard and they wanted their cards read, so they can't know them, it's a little small town. So they came over. Well, I looked at the chief of police and I said, you are going to get nailed for stealing and you're going to lose your job. And I told the other one, by July, you're going to be the chief of police. Well, they told me what I was full of, and I said, I'm telling you. Well, the chief of police got nailed for poaching a deer, and they got rid of him, and the young guy became the chief of police. Well, no offense to anyone in this audience, but no one talks more than cops. Well, before I knew it, my phone was ringing off the wall. In 4 months, I had a full book. I was doing like 25 readings a week. And so I started to charge, back 30 years ago, was $10. And I was making more money, and I was home, and everything I wanted came true. So I learned to use affirmation for everything. And then when I wrote Rebirth of the Oracle, I wrote down, I am a published author, because it's very difficult to get published. And I wrote it down, I read it a couple times a day, I believed it, I mailed my manuscript, Dolores called me, I'm a published author, I got what I wanted. So, thank you. There's no reason that any of you can't do that. So I like to incorporate affirmation into tarot reading, which if I'm going to read your cards, I will do. And if you want to do it on your own, grab that book, it's still in print. You can get it from Amazon, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, Dr. Joseph Murphy. And I will tell you that it is an amazing book. I taught it to my son when he was 11 years old. He's now 39. And he always used to write his affirmations and put them on the visor of his car. Because when you're a kid, you're always in the car. And when he was 11, he kept them in his room. But then when he started to drive, he kept them in his car. To this day, he does them. He is extremely successful, and it's because he believes in himself. And that's what affirmation is, believing in yourself. And so many times when I read tarot cards, people don't believe in themselves. They've been beaten down by life or other people or, situations. And sometimes I'll see things like a person who is in an abusive relationship. Well, you can stay in there if you want to. And I tell them, I said, it looks to me like you're going to stay. However, if you don't, this is what's going to happen. And there will be a whole new transition. So either you take the path of staying and putting up with it, or you take the new transition. It's as simple as that. And the cards actually show you, if cards are read right, they do not lead you up against a wall. Never. They give you an opening to move. And I truly hope that I do that, and the people that I teach do that. I haven't taught for a long time because, like I said, Bob was sick for 2 years, but I plan to go back to it and doing some classes and workshops and things. I'm going to go to Panama in September and I have a following in Panama, in South America, and they want me to come back and do a workshop, so I'm going to do that. I did this one, kind of going a little slow, but going to go back to it because I like to spread the word and I like people to learn. And I did train 2 readers. I trained 6, but 2 who have stuck to it. And now that I'm older and I have some health problems and stuff, I don't do parties or anything anymore. I used to do bachelorette parties and go out and do all that stuff. Well, I don't do that anymore. So I refer them to Ginny or Pam, and one lives on east of me, one lives west of me, and I say they'll do them. And then sometimes people will say, well, we only want you. And I said, well, then you'll have to come to my house with your party. They will come to my house with their wine, and they'll get pizza, and they'll sit around in my house and do their thing while I do the readings. So that's the only way I'll do them anymore. But the other 2 girls are good, and they go out and do the parties and the bachelorette parties, and that's nice. Anyway, one of the things I do is I'm an energy reader. There are 16 energies in the tarot, 16 distinctly different personality types. And I don't know why I can do this, maybe because it's 30 years of doing cards, but I could always do this. And when I wrote Rebirth of the Oracle, what I did was I assigned an archetypical personality to each court card. And I can kind of go around and tell you what you are. And if I don't get to everyone in this room, you can come to my book signing table and I'll tell you what you are. It only takes a second. But then I'll come up here and I'll explain it to you. One of the things about doing that is that it's fun, so you'll like it. And you don't usually change your archetype, but sometime you can, as you get to the end of decades, like 27, 37, 47, 57, 67, as you get toward ends of decades, a lot of times you'll have a dual energy. That's very common. And I think those are periods of change in our lives. My favorite thing to do is shock people, because I know. So, anyway, so I'm going to come down there and do a few of you. And like I said, if I don't get to you, please feel free to come to my book table. It just takes me a second. I just look at you, tell you. My book is for sale, and it has like 10, 12 pages on each one of the archetypes. And nobody else had ever done that before. So it's now used. There's a professor at Ohio University who uses my book when he teaches Jungian psychology, because Jung used archetypes. So he uses it, and I said, well, that's good. That'll keep it running for years. So, but like I said, it's been quite a while. So let me come down there and get a little feel for some of you. I'm all wet. Look at that. Oh, well. Okay, let me look at you. What's your first name?
Louise.
You're hard. You have a dual energy. How old are you?
60.
Okay. You have Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the Queen of Clubs in a regular deck of cards. She is an earthbound queen, and the analogy is a tree. You are always there. You are always giving of yourself. You spread your arms wide over many, many people. But people take you for granted because you're supposed to be there. You're a tree. You're the Queen of Wands. But you also have a little bit of pentacle energy, which is creative energy. You feel that way to me. Like you like nice things and you want nice things around you and you're smart. You know, but you might not know it because when you get to 60, that generation doesn't always know it. But you are. And you have a great deal to give. And what usually happens when you're a wand pentacle energy is that you sometimes neglect your creative side. And what I always advise is that you use it, because it's sometime in your life it's got to be about you instead of being about everybody else. And that's what the Queen of Wands does. She's everybody's, how do you call it, like safe place to be. So I'm sure if you've noticed, animals and little kids love you. You don't even have to like them. They love you. They come by you. It's because you create a field of energy around you that is completely safe. You're very, very much a wand energy. But you got that pentacle. Don't forget to use it. You're the King of Wands. You're the good guy. The King of Wands is you don't have to pump the gas. He'll do it. You know what I mean? So I was married to one of you for 46 years. Never in my life did I take out garbage. Did I ever pump gas? Did I ever cut the grass? No, you guys do it. You're the guy. So usually a worker, loves to support his wife and kids, has a great deal of to give, a great deal of kindness, a lot of like you two you're married, I'm assuming, because because you're real, like you feel like you're married, and you feel like you complement one another, and you will take care of her, and she will take care of you. And unless something's changed in the last decade or two, you probably never did a load of laundry, but you probably, on the other hand, never painted a room. He did it, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's a good combination. How long you guys been married?
20 years.
Well, you stay 20 more. God bless you. I hope you do. How about 30 more? Yeah. Queen of Cups. Do you ever notice your deja vu, your intuition, the fact that when you look at somebody, you know if you like them or not? Oh, yeah, honey, you're a Queen of Cups. I'm a Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a Queen of Hearts. My pleasure. What's your first name?
Lori.
Lori. Queen of Cups is a Queen of Hearts. She is my love queen, not because you get so much, but because you give so much. The Queen of Cups is non-judgmental of other people. What happens to her? A lot of nutty people are attracted to you. And in your age group, it's kind of hard to find a guy who doesn't need something. So it's a little different with the older people, but that's the problem. As a Queen of Cups, you are everybody's shrink, everybody's therapist, problem solver, etc. But your attention span is not that great. Yeah. So you got to find something to do. What do you do for a living?
I do laser therapy, aesthetic laser procedures.
Okay, that's in hospital setting?
And it's in a clinic.
In a clinic. And that's probably okay for a while, but that'll bore you. You know, yeah, I'm sure it does. The Queen of Cups isn't real medical. She's more mental. If you want to go back to school, go be a therapist. You know what else? Yeah, you don't want to deal with that. Marry a rich guy. But anyway, no. But anyway, your abilities are beyond measure. And how old are you, honey?
55.
Well, you should be coming into yours really strongly. Get a deck of tarot cards. She's the one who can read the tarot. And
Talk to you later.
yes, well, you're the one who can read the tarot. And it's a good way to focus your intuition. It's a good way to help yourself find a place. And do know that anyone who has loved you will always love you. And so, yeah, I know, and a lot of losers. So, but what my next suggestion is, don't let them back in. And oh, you'll notice something too. Money, you'll always get money. It's weird. It just comes when you need it. We're never rich, but we always get money. You're a Queen of Wands. You're everybody's safe place. You're a tree. You're their mother. I bet if I came to your house, I'd get something to eat and something to drink, right? Do you plant a garden?
I can,
Yeah?
when I have time opportunity.
Well, the thing about the Queen of Wands, and I'll do a little bit of sprinkling about my book has all the pages. I can't remember everything, but the Queen of Wands is Earth. And a lot of them, well, no, all of them, if they want to be, especially the older ones like us, they're good cooks. They know how to make stuff. And it isn't about some cordon bleu fancy stuff. It's like this great soup or this cabbage rolls or this pot of chili. You know, there's that mother feed you energy in the Queen of Wands. And also, a lot of them enjoy the outdoors, planting gardens, digging in dirts. And I'll tell you, if you have any physical ailments, which the Queen of Wands usually has problems with her knees, if you do, you would do very well with the herbals and the supplements because you are rooted in the earth. So food, that kind of therapy, best for you. Mm-hmm. Oh, honey, you're a Queen of Pentacles with a cup. You are crazy with magic and logic battling inside your head all the time, right? Right. You got cup, as I said to her, the intuition, the whole thing like that. But you've got pentacle in you, which is the creative and the logic. So there's a side of you that wants everything to be orderly, and then there's another side of you that doesn't care. You know what I mean? So it's kind of this wishful thinking. Yeah, I wish I'd closet had cleaned itself. But that's the magic and logic. And you are excellent, excellent friend. Best friend anyone could ever have is a cup pentacle energy because they will always help you. They will always put themselves there for you. They do not desert you in your times of troubles. They do not talk about you. You're a wonderful person. You've got a beautiful, beautiful energy. Beautiful. What do you do for a living?
Talk to people,
Oh, you do?
write books.
Yeah, it's cup. There you go. And it's pentacle too. It's both. What do you write books about?
Herbal medicine.
Are you Susan Weed? Oh my God. We were supposed to ride home from the rode here from the airport together, and I was going to pick your brain because my daughter has a real rare illness called pulmonary hypertension, and I was going to pick your brain,
We'll get a chance.
and I got to get your book for two of my friends.
It's a deal.
Do you have? I was reading online. Do you have books that aren't just for menopause?
Oh, yeah.
You have like a general herbal book? Sweet. Do they have it for sale?
Right downstairs.
Awesome. I'll be getting it.
I'll see you, Justine.
And you
And
know,
my daughter is named Justine.
no kidding. It's an odd name. Yeah. Well, and you know, you might actually, now that I keep staring at you, you might have a little bit of high priestess energy in you. Do you ever do a little magic?
I am a high priestess of the goddess.
Okay, I was going to say, you got some high priestess energy, and that energy encompasses all four queens. So if you get my book, you might want to read all four of them, because you do have the magic of the Queen of Cups, the logic of the Queen of Pentacles, which is giving you your writing skills. You love herbs, which is Queen of Wands, and the boundary setting of the Queen of Swords, which is usually last to come when you are older. When you're younger, it's a little hard. But you're doing the perfect thing. Well, healer, caretaker, nurturer, teacher, it all blends into the high priestess energy. So I'm going to go with that. So you are a lost Queen of Wands. Lost. Yes. The reason is you have given so much of yourself your whole life that I'm here and I'm supposed to tell you it's your turn. Do you know that? You are an absolute giver, constant, since day one. And it's your turn. You've got to get something for you because you hurt.
I'm looking
Good. What are you looking for?
for something for me. You're right on there.
What do you do for a living?
I'm retired
From
from AT&T.
18? Oh, the phone company place, yeah. And are you looking for like a service? Don't do a service. Do something
I'm
fun.
not looking for a job.
No, I'm saying don't look for a hobby that's taking care of people. Don't do that anymore.
No.
Look for something fun. Go to Sip and Paint. You'll have fun. Do a little
Sip
bit.
and Paint?
Sip and Paint. Do they have that here?
It's a blast. I do it every month.
Yeah, you go to like a winery and they teach you how to paint and then you sip wine, you know? Very popular in Ohio. We have a lot of vineyards.
Looking for something like that.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, I don't drink either. I just drink water, but you can, and everybody paints. It's real fun. Music would give you a lift
Yes.
because you probably like music. Queen of Wands who kind of have, I feel like a hurt here
Yeah. I've been taking care of people for a while.
for your whole life, I'm sure.
Especially though in the last 5 years.
Who were you taking care of?
Intensely. I have 90-year-old parents.
Well, see, you know, it's even in my book. There could be 10 kids in the family, but when it comes to the aging parents or somebody needs care, it is always the Queen of Wands, always. And it's hard. I don't care what anybody says. Taking care of 90-year-old people is difficult. And you need a little bit of sunshine.
I do.
Are you married?
No.
Well, you're going to get married. Oh, yeah, and you're going to marry somebody from your past.
I'm choked up now.
I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, somebody out of your past. Do you live where you grew up or anything like that?
No, but I've lived there for many
That's what I'm saying. This is for a long
20
time.
years or so.
Yeah. You'll meet somebody you already know.
Wow.
I'm positive. And remember, this time, let him take care of you.
That sounds great.
Yeah, and it's true, I'm right. I've been looking at you.
I know you've been looking at me. Why do you keep doing that?
Because for two reasons. You look like my girlfriend, I told you that.
That's right, yes.
You look like Sandy,
And I'm Sherry.
and you're Sherry, you told me. I saw her in the dining room, and I told her she has a twin in Ohio, my friend Sandy Hill. She looks just like her. And she's beautiful, and I love her. We've been friends for 40 years. But anyway, you're the classic wand cup combination. You're the caretaker, you're the therapist, you're the cook, you're the writer, you're the dreamer, you're the fixer. You got wand and cup all over you. Beautiful energy.
Good one?
It's beautiful. It's magic and logic. The only thing when you have magic and logic, people, it's very easy for them to take advantage of you.
I'm learning how to say no.
Good. How old are you?
I'm going to be 64 October 2nd.
Okay.
But we go under, according to one of our speakers. I'm done.
Oh, yeah. I've been like 40 for 25, 30 years.
I think I'm 33.
Oh, yeah, 33 is good.
I'm 63.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So your energy is beautiful energy. It's a kindness, it's a gift to people. And I can honestly tell you that your life, you are probably in one of your last lifetimes. And you will be raised to the highest element. You have a beautiful soul. I can feel it. So,
I stay where I work because I touch so many people during the day. You can send out some kind of energy and it cheers them up.
What do you
I don't
do,
know
honey?
Huh?
What do you
I work
do?
with environmental quality in Oregon,
okay.
and I work with the public.
Well, you're perfect working with the public. That's your Queen of Cups energy.
I know.
And your Queen of Wands energy is where you cheer everybody up, and your Queen of Cups energy is where you feel what they need. And I mean, you're going back and forth, back and forth.
feeling. It comes in, and
No,
sometimes
it's a
you get
gift.
confused with
It's a-
your own.
Well, that's the magic and logic, but it's a gift. Not many people have that. Be pleased. Be pleased. And you, are you the husband?
No,
Oh, no, you're, oh, okay. Because I was going to say, you guys don't really match, because, no offense.
We've been friends for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have like a, how do I want to call this? A pentacle energy. You have like a need for things to be right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You like it in order. And you don't like confusion, and you don't like chaos, and you don't like people who are stupid, no offense.
My favorite saying is you can't fix stupid.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, the King of Pentacles, he's a good guy. What do you do for a living?
I'm retired.
What, from what?
Which one? I finally retired from the post office.
Oh, did you? My son-in-law just
But
retired
I
from the
changed
post
about it.
office.
I used to change every 10 years.
Well, because you know what? You have to move up. You have to move out. You're curious. A lot of Pentacle people are entrepreneurs. So I don't know if you've ever done your own business or thought about it, but that's very classic
Two or three times.
Pentacles. Yeah, that's okay. That's a good, and you're a good one. You're my two favorite guys, because I'm old, are King of Wands and King of Pentacles. Because, not me, 46 years with the most wonderful man in the world, never again, I adored him. And your ability to see what's real is beyond other people's. You see people for what they are immediately. And your judgment, dead on. Dead on. So, yeah, you're a good guy. You read the King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, a perfectionist, OCD, likes to run the show, has a good work ethic. She's the one who says, well, I'll just do it myself, it'll get done right. And then she gets involved and does everything. Very wonderful mother. Do you have children? The Queen of Pentacles, children. She has high expectations for herself and thus for her children. And you definitely have that going on. And relationships are a little tough on the Queen of Pentacles. Because, well, that's okay. That's okay. It's because you're not a needy person, it's not the thing. But everybody likes to have somebody. And the best bet for the Queen of Pentacles is actually the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is a man who has control of his own life and lets the woman be who she is. And this is not the king who wants his wife to sit home and crochet. That's not the one. This is the one who would say, okay, you want to do this? You can do this. He gets behind her. The one thing you have to worry about with the King of Swords, not worry about, but watch for, some of them are a little controlling, but you're a Queen of Pentacles, so you can tell them off. But you would do really well with the King of Swords. And I always tell the Queen of Pentacles, look for somebody who is in, like, the legal system. For some reason, those guys get you. So whether it be, I understand you. Yeah, I get you, whatever. But like a lawyer, military, like that. You would do really well with somebody like that. So take a look. You're hard because you got 4 energies. You got Pentacle, Wand, Cup, Sword. And not so much into the High Priestess end of it as into giving to everybody that you meet what they need at that moment. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
I'm actually retired.
From?
I was an administrator in the finance department. I worked for the government for 25 years.
And I bet you that everybody who worked for you
I was
came
like
to
their
you.
mom.
I was going to say, came to you with all their troubles and woes. Yes, you are of a beautiful energy. And when you read my book, read all 4 queens, because you're going to find yourself displayed. It's like the High Priestess, but it's not so much that you're a practitioner of High Priestess, it's more that you're a great lover of mankind. You're an old soul. You've been around many, many lifetimes. Many. Queen of Cups, you could read the tarot. Did I ever tell you that before? Or I haven't seen you before. I thought you said you were here last year, or 5 years ago. Queen of Cups, King of Wands. Queen of Pentacles, tough one. What do you do for a living?
I'm a retired psychologist.
King of Cups. The thing with you is you have like the duality going on. And the duality is that you like to help people, but you're tired of it. Does that make sense? Well,
I want to do it on my hour.
right, do it. You want my advice? Do something else. Because the King of Cups is a very good psychologist in that he has a great deal of spiritual energy. And not so much, I don't mean like Bible beater, spiritual. I mean, you walk the walk of kindness and goodness and showing it to other people. But you feel, to me, not burn out, but like ready for an adventure or something.
Absolutely. Well, I've actually been on an adventure for the last few years.
On your retirement?
Yes.
Oh, good. Have you traveled?
Yeah, I've been all over. Yeah.
Good. That's a good thing. Because I think that the only advice I would have, you're a good guy. And one thing you have to watch when you're a King of Cups is your stomach, because that's where the stress will land. And you got to watch for people who will take advantage of you. And I'm sure you already know that. You don't need me to tell you that.
Yeah.
But adventure is what I would recommend. You need a little bit of that wand energy, a little bit of that, let me go and hunt, and let me go and take a Alaskan cruise. And
I'm here.
all right. You belong here. Let me see who I got over here. You are definitely a King of Cups. And you have a great deal of, King of Cups, I meant to say Queen of Cups, King of Cups. You have a male-female energy. Do you know this about yourself?
Yes.
Okay, you have 2 sides. And they're both cup sides, And the Queen side of you is the fixer, the one, but the King side of you wants to pull away. And it may be difficult for you to involve in relationships because you want to, but you fear it. It's a pull. And by the way, all of us have energies of all of the court cards. Specifically, we might have more of one than the other, but if you read all the kings and queens, I don't think there's any knights in here. Maybe there's a few. Knights are young men under 30, and then older guys are kings. And if you have that, the king and queen would be more like it. If you read all the kings and queens, you would find a little bit of yourself in each one, but more of yourself in one than the other. But I would imagine relationships would be tough for you because you want to fix people, or you want to help people, I should say, and then you kind of get pulling away. So it's like this. What would I do about that? I would find a Queen of Wands or a King of Wands, depending on your preference, and I would have a relationship with them. And it doesn't have to be lovers. It could be friends. But you need a little bit of balance. You have too much magic, and you need a little bit of logic pulling you down. You're a good guy. Honey, Queen of Wands, all the way. There is like no question in my mind. You are everybody's safe place to be. Take a turn for yourself. Queen of Cups, you should be reading the tarot. Have you tried it? Oh, you got to try it. Do you ever notice you get deja vu? Do you ever notice you get little inclinations of what's going to happen, and then you keep shoving them away because you don't think that can be? That's Queen of Cups in the making. Queen of Cups. A lot of wand energy, but you're a perfectionist. So you'll be the one who carries a lot of burdens in your life because it's easier for you to pick up the load than to watch somebody else pick it up. And that would be something that you might want to work on because wand energies are wonderful people. There's no question in my mind that you're not a wonderful person. But hey, how about your turn? Don't you think it's about time? Let somebody else pick the burden up for you. Okay, here's a hard one. Well, I got wand, but I got cup too. I think that you're spiritual in that you walk the walk. And I think that you're willing to give yourself to anybody who needs you. There's like a lot of goodness in you, a great deal of goodness in you. You're a good guy. Married? Good. Oh, to her? Perfect. That's a perfect match. Now, how long have you guys been married?
Almost 35.
God bless you. That's wonderful. Well, stay married and read his cards. Let me look at this one. Okay. A lot of wand, a lot of helping other people. What do you do for a living?
I'm a manuscript editor.
Oh, you are? You're a writer? So,
Editor.
well, same thing. You got to read it to write it. And the Queen of Wands is often the one in the background, which kind of suits your occupation, because she doesn't get the credit, but she is the one doing all the work. Does that make sense? That's a lot of wand energy. But due to the fact that you're good with words, it's also some cup energy. So the Queen of Cups is actually my writer in the tarot. She's the one who has enough magic in her to think, well, I can write this and I can make it work. So you might think about writing your own book, honey. Seriously, I would. Queen of Wands all the way. Bet you're a great cook. I know you are. I can feel it. Queen of Pentacles. Orderly, administrative, and perfectionist. Plus, you like nice things. You do not have clothes from the thrift store. Another Queen of Cups beside you. The blonde girl, definitely Queen of Cups, get a deck of cards. I'm looking for a Queen of Swords in here, and I can't find any. Queen of Wands, Queen of Wand Cup. You're a little bit of everything. Oh yeah, you got dots of everything. You're like a high priestess energy. You've got the compassion of the Queen of Wands, you've got the intuition of the Queen of Cups, you've got the creativity of the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the boundary setting of the Queen of Swords. High priestess energy. Read all 4 of them. Wand, definite wand, but cup as well. I don't know if you've ever had a lot of vivid dreams, but don't be surprised when you get older, because you're pretty young, I'm assuming, when you get like up into your 50s and stuff, that you don't have dreams that are very accurate. That will not surprise me, because you have like a groundedness in the earth, but you also have a reach up to the air. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that. Queen of Cups. Read the cards. King of Swords. You like to have your way. And you like people who are successful. You do not have much use for people who don't go after what they could do. And you are a very successful feeling man. What do you do for a living?
I'm a publisher.
Of course. So, yeah. What's your company?
I publish lifestyle magazines in Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, I don't know that area. I don't know that magazine. That's cool. I like the lifestyle magazines. Sometimes they have them on the airplanes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just stayed in western North Carolina.
And you're in charge, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're a King of Swords. You're always in charge. That's right. I don't know about you. Let me see. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm retired. I just play.
What did you do, when you worked?
I was a social worker.
Yeah, because you have a lot of Queen of Cups energy, but you know, like the man up front, it's like you're fed up with that or something.
Oh, terribly.
Like you don't want to help people anymore. You want to, like the psychologist. Well, social worker, psychologist, same thing. So I'm looking at you thinking, well, she's got a lot of cup energy, but she's like fighting it horribly. And what I would do, if I was you, I would go after my creative side. I would go after painting or writing or, I don't know, quilting, I don't know, but something creative. Good. Well, the Queen of Cups is my writer. Try to get published. Are you published?
Self-published.
No, don't do that anymore. You write down, I am a published author. And don't self-publish, because I'm going to be brutally honest in front of Julia and everybody. Having a publisher is amazing. They take care of you. They get your books out there. They pay for everything, your hotel, your food. They pay you to talk. I'm getting paid to talk to you. It's awesome. I love to talk. So there's the King of Wands right there in the middle. Yeah, you. Oh, yeah, you're the good guy. You're the one who takes care of people. You're the one who, I bet I don't have to pump my gas if you're in the car. Let me look at you, honey. I think you might be a Queen of Swords. I think that you like to give of yourself, and as you get older, be more in charge of things. You're like an in-charge person. And I think that you have that gift to organize, to put things together. What do you do for a living?
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Are you?
My granddaughter.
You do what?
I babysit my granddaughter.
Oh, you're so nice. Are you involved in your community and in her school and everything? Yeah, that's very Queen of Swords. They tend to be like, they should run the world. Because they have good ideas, and they're idea people. And it would be like, say you belong to a book club, not a book club, that's boring. Let me think. Community club. You should try stuff like that. Because if you do, you'll be the one who comes up with the ideas for the fundraisers and all that stuff. And then with your granddaughter, you'll guide her. I mean, we all spoil our grandkids. My grandkids are spoiled rotten, but I don't care. But I'm not raising them. But you're not like that. You're like guiding her in the right direction. You got a lot of wand in you. But I sense the sword coming out in you, the side of you that needs to take the lead and take over and do and be. Yeah, it would be great. And you know what? I'm right. You could do it. I can tell. Let me see what I got here. Another Queen of Wands. There are so many of you, the good guys. Let me see who's next to you. Peek at me. Little bit of everything. The white-haired lady. Wand cup. Wand cup. Wand, absolute. Do you do all the work? Yeah. I thought so. You feel to me like somebody who does all of it. Are you single?
No.
But you still do everything. Yeah, that's how you feel. That's a wand work. When you're like that, it might be a good idea to think about yourself for a little bit.
I always come here by myself every year.
To get out of doing everything?
Well, just to get some space.
Yeah, because you have like a look of weariness to you. And it's like you're carrying so many burdens. And you have a wand energy, which is a hard-working, do it all, give it all energy. And you're a beautiful soul, beautiful soul. And I think that maybe, like I've said to several people here, maybe it's your turn. Think about something for you. I'm glad you come here. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. A little bit of, let's see what I want to say. When your name's on it, it's done right. Right. What'd you do for a living?
Teach her how to make the bed and cook.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
She does it right, though.
She's a Queen of Cups.
I'm a retired teacher and public school administrator.
Yeah, the Pentacle men are always like in power, and you are. And they're always good with organizing and putting things together. Yeah, I know. You're King of Pentacles, and you're married to a Queen of Cups. So she can tell you off and win. Probably has been for years, I'm sure.
40.
God bless you. Pentacle cup, hard thing to be, magic and logic. Wand. Earth, kind, healing, nurturing, very wand.
You're right.
Yes. Oh yeah, they're always in the either, not always, but many times in the legal or medical field. Very common.
The retired nurse.
Is she? Yeah, we're all retired, aren't we? Yeah, we don't work anymore. A lot of wand, but you have a little pullback. I think you have a wand cup energy. You're the kind of guy who does and takes care of and loves people, but there's also a little side of you that doesn't know if you deserve that back, so you hold back. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, you're a wand cup. Queen of Swords. You are in charge. Not only, I don't mean like in charge of people, I mean in charge of your own life. You do not let people influence you. You go after what is necessary, and you also go after what is best for all. The Queen of Swords is very much a leader, and she's very smart, very intelligent. And you just have that intellect pouring out of you. You read a lot or educated? Yeah. You're very definitely a Queen of Swords. Queen of Wands, you know it. Healer, caretaker, nurturer, teacher. Yeah. Queen of Cups. Queen of Wands. Her, the one in the orange shirt right here. Pink shirt. Queen of Wands. You got a little bit of cup wand in you. A little bit of both. Magic and logic. She's everything. She's a high priestess. I've known her too long. This is another King of Wands right here. And this is another King of Wands right here. You guys are the ones, again, I would not be pumping the gas. You would do it. We love guys like you. King of Cups. Spiritual, walks the walk, knows what it's about, has a lot of gifts, a lot of mental gifts. Did you ever notice? Yeah, you're loaded. You give me chills, look. You're very much King of Cups. He's like the therapist, social worker, manager, doer. Does that make sense? You're all there. Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're definitely Queen of Cups. Queen of Wands. Yes, you're welcome. Let me see. Do I have enough time to do everybody, or am I over? I'm over. Should I hurry up? Okay, well, I'm past my time, I'm sorry, and I have a reading to do. But for the rest of you, well, you know what you are. Let me do it real quick. Wand, wand, wand. Pentacle, wand, cup. A little bit of sword. I think so. Wand, wand. Well, you guys know that. I've done you before. Wand. I'm surprised to see so many King of Wands here. You have a pentacle, wand, energy. You like to run things, but you're afraid that you can't. What I'm supposed to tell you is to go, grab onto it, take the lead, and do it. Let me see. Cup. I think you've got a lot of untapped resources that you're afraid of, and I think you should tap right into them. Your intuition, particularly. Does that make sense? I know. Okay, I'm good. Pentacle, wand, cup, wand, wand, pentacle, wand. I already told you sword, wand and sword. Okay. Cup, 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 pentacle. And those guys know what they are. I've done them for years. Let me see here. Wand. Oh, I did him? Okay. Oh, yeah, I did do the front two rows. Okay. Did I do everybody? Did I miss you? Who, Bill? He's wand. I wrote the book about him. So, and that's the truth. See how much I talk? I don't even realize how fast time goes by. Anyway, it was a great pleasure. And hopefully, one of these days I can get to your cards. If I can't read them here, what I do, you can get my card. I have it on my table. And call me, and I'll have you buy a deck of tarot cards, which I prefer the universal weight deck, which you can get from Amazon for it's about $18. Shuffle it way up so it's turning both ways and all shuffled up. Mail it to me. Put your phone number in and your picture and the pictures of the ones you want to talk about. And I will call you and we'll set up a time and I'll read your cards because I don't believe in the Miss Cleo where you can read the cards on the phone without seeing the person. Your energy has to be on those cards. And then I'll mail them back to you. So, and it's the same fee. It's $50. So you can feel free if you want to do that. I'm down here. You're back in the corner. So anyway, I'll be happy to do anybody who wants to be done. Pleasure to meet all of you. It was fun, and my hour just went by so quick. So thank you. Thank you.